Hey, what's up, guys? You know how everyone always brags about being a multitasker? Like, look at me, I can do homework, reply to texts, check my socials, and binge Netflix at the same time. It sounds impressive, right? Almost like a superpower. But here's the real question. Does it actually work? Because let's be honest, how many times have you been busy doing 100 things at once, and at the end of the day, the results just didn't feel that great? Today, we're diving deep into why single tasking, focusing on just one thing at a time, is actually way more powerful than multitasking. So grab your coffee, sit back, and let's break this down. All right, let's start with something relatable. Imagine this, you're working on an assignment, but at the same time, your phone is blowing up. Notifications from Instagram, group chats, maybe even emails from work. Oh, and you've got a YouTube video running in the background. From the outside, it looks like you're killing it. You're doing it all. But what's really happening, your brain is actually not multitasking, it's switching tasks back and forth. And every time it switches, it needs to readjust. This process is called task switching. It's like, imagine you're driving a car, but every 30 seconds you stop the car, jump onto a bike, then switch back to the car, then back to the bike. You're moving, sure, but is that really the fastest way to get anywhere? Nope. Here's the deal. Your brain isn't a computer with infinite RAM. It needs time to warm up, refocus, and get into the zone. So every time you check your phone mid-task, your brain basically has to reboot. Research actually shows that when you get distracted, it can take your brain up to 23 minutes to fully regain focus on the original task. Think about that. Every quick check could be costing you almost half an hour of true productivity. And that's not all. Task switching doesn't just waste time, it also increases mistakes. Ever been writing an email, switched to reply to a message, then came back and totally forgot what you were writing? Or worse, sent something with typos or missing info? Yeah, that's task switching messing with your brain. Now, let's talk about stress. When you're juggling 5 things at once, your brain is constantly under pressure. It's like trying to keep 10 tabs open in your head. And trust me, your brain doesn't run on Chrome. Multitasking raises your stress levels because your brain feels like it's always behind. You're not fully finishing one thing, and you're already worrying about the next. That stress adds up. It makes you anxious, mentally exhausted, and honestly, less happy with your work. Have you noticed this? When you multitask, even if you finish stuff, you don't really feel satisfied. You're just relieved it's over. But when you single task and you give something your full focus, you actually feel proud of the result. So, here's the good part. Single tasking is literally the cheat code for focus, productivity, and peace of mind. When you focus on one thing at a time, you cut out all that switching, all that wasted energy, and your brain can finally do what it's best at: deep, focused work. This is how you get into what psychologists call the flow state. That moment when you're so into what you're doing that time disappears. You're writing, coding, painting, whatever, and suddenly 2 hours go by and you're like, whoa, where did the time go? That's flow. And flow doesn't happen when you're multitasking. Let me give you a real-life scenario. Imagine you have to write a report that takes 2 hours of full focus. If you do it in single task mode, you'll finish in 2 hours. Done. Now do the same report while checking your phone, replying to chats, and flipping between tabs. Suddenly, that 2-hour task takes 4 hours. And the report probably has mistakes, feels rushed, and doesn't reflect your best work. So not only did you take longer, you also ended up with lower quality. But here's something people don't talk about enough. Single tasking doesn't just improve your productivity, it improves your mental health. When you give one task your full attention, your stress goes down. You feel calmer, more in control, and you actually enjoy the process more. You're not just rushing to finish, you're present. And being present in your work, that's what leads to satisfaction, pride, and even creativity. Because your brain finally has the space to think deeply and explore ideas without being pulled in 5 different directions. So, how do you actually do single tasking in a world full of distractions? Here are some tips you can try. Turn off notifications. Seriously, that one ding can steal 20 minutes of focus. Set a timer. Work in focused blocks, like 25 or 50 minutes, then take a short break. This is called the Pomodoro technique. One screen rule. If you're working on your laptop, don't keep your phone in reach. Out of sight, out of mind. Make a task list. Focus on finishing one task before moving to the next. Crossing things off is super satisfying. Be intentional. Remind yourself, right now, I'm only doing this one thing. It sounds simple, but it trains your brain to stay in the moment. So yeah, multitasking might look cool, but it's really just an illusion. If you want to get more done with less stress and actually feel proud of your work, single tasking is the way to go. Next time you sit down to work, challenge yourself. Focus on one thing until it's done. Trust me, you'll be surprised at how much better you feel. And hey, if this video gave you something to think about, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Drop a like, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. And if you want to support the channel even more, check out the membership button down below. Thanks for hanging out with me today. See you in the next one. And remember, focus on one thing and keep upgrading your brain.